Hey everyone, this is Ryan. I just wanted to put a little intro to this episode to explain what's going on. We recorded this at midnight after coming back from an after party at NAMM with friends of the show, Aaron, Phil, and Cole of the Slum podcast. We were pretty loopy from lack of sleep, being at NAMM all day long where it's just constant like sensory overload. And then, of course, partying for hours afterwards. We needed to get a recording done so that we could have an episode on Monday. So this is what happened. We actually let the episode record for over 2 hours. And the second half of this is going to be published on the Slums podcast the following Thursday. So if you want to catch the second part, jump over to their podcast to pick it up where it left off. We do actually get into some gear conversation here and there across the two cuts of the episode. So I recommend it. In the second part, we spend some time talking with Matthew Hoops a bit about 1981 stuff and pedals that he likes and keeping rats as pets. So I recommend going to check that out, and I recommend listening to this episode, even though it's not our normal sort of thing. It's a bunch of, middle-aged white men who love guitar and happen to be friends, just talking nonsense and having fun late into the night. All right, here you go. Enjoy the episode, guys. Later. No. Who cares? Hey, this is Ryan.
This is Phil.
This is Aaron.
This is Cole.
And this is Steve, and you're listening to 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing, coming live-ish from you at NAMM.
There's nothing about this that's live.
2019.
Definitely not from
Podcast,
you.
mother effer.
So I just want to do a disclaimer real quick. There's people, like sick people in the head that complain when we do this sort of thing. They're like, oh, there's just too many people, you can't follow it, and it's just like you can't get it straight. Like, this is our NAMM party.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Deal with it.
if
There's
you-
going to be a lot of white middle-aged men talking over each other.
for
you're-
those people, I will put on an accent.
Thank
So
you.
this is Aaron.
I would say if you just think...
Hello.
If you
No,
think,
you can't do it too, because that is going to be re-confusing.
If
You understand?
I would say
Aaron's proposing here.
if listening to Steve getting talked over for an hour bothers you, just skip to episode 260.
Just murder yourself.
Wow.
So we've got the Slum with us.
We're gonna do the. Are we doing the Gear Slum? Are we doing the Gear Slum intro now?
They're
No,
a
we'll do-
podcast.
in an hour.
Okay.
We can do it now. That way we just have it.
All right.
That'll make it more.
I'm not looking forward to editing this. I'm watching the way you guys use microphones, and I'm like not excited to edit this.
No, the easiest way.
How-
Aaron
take,
likes
your
it,
chin.
take it out of your butt, dude. Namasode. Phil looks so disappointed right now. So this is our Namasode. Now that we got through a really awkward double intro that we're gonna have to chop up and edit. Did you guys?
No, we'll do it again. Just cut out that whole thing, and we'll just do it again when we start our episode.
God.
cut it out.
No, we'll just cut that whole thing out. So we can
Cut
just,
it
just
out.
Keep going.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, so you're gonna. Oh, all right.
You guys can't see that, but I'm
All right,
doing fingers a la Uncle
so
Joey.
I don't know where to start with this.
I was trying
We're
to
at-
start with it. And you
We're at NAMM. We're at NAMM 2019. My name is Steve. I control everything.
Well, since we need to get started, I'll just go ahead and start. We're at NAMM 2019. This is Aaron, and I control
Namasode
everything.
2019. Sinusoid House.
So guys,
Got the slum
when
and
you
the hum
think-
together.
When you think about NAMM, what do you think about?
The National Association of Music.
I think of
Virgins.
NAMM Bros of Los Angeles,
I think of that
aka
Saturday.
NAMM
That
Blood.
Saturday at NAMM is basically bring your leather pants to a convention center day.
Dude, okay, so Thursday I was like, oh, this sucks. Friday I was like, oh, this sucks. And I was like, oh, this is, and then Saturday I was like, oh, this is way worse.
Like everyone's
It
in
is.
costumes, like hair metal costumes on
Dude,
Saturday.
did you see that
pretty
dude
rough.
at the blue guitar?
I didn't leave my booth.
Who had
Like blue.
So there
Blue
was
was
this
right
dude-
across from you.
No, it was not.
No, that
Oh,
was,
no, Blue was right across from Chase Bliss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this dude had like blue hair, but it was kind of like long and
Dude.
like slicked down.
He had
in
a
the
blue
back.
house with a blue window.
But
too.
in the front, He had these two
You
giant
have a
air
big,
horns.
big house with lots and
Like,
lots of room.
literally at least 2 feet long, sticking straight up from his head.
Oh yeah.
And he was playing there
And he
for
looked-
hours.
And he looked depressed and sad and broken inside.
And insane.
And his bass wasn't even plugged in when we walked by. Like it was
Whoa.
plugged into something, but it was not generating any audio for people to hear.
He looked insane.
You know, I think we need to structure this. I'd like to recap the day. 4 of the 5 of us went to the Flippin' Flippers breakfast this morning.
That is true.
Did you guys have a good time there? Those of us who went?
Had a pretty good time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You guys all
I had a good
paused for
time
a
too.
second, like, oh gosh, how do we?
No, I was trying to think
Like,
who
who's
didn't
gonna
go.
answer first?
Yeah, who's gonna who's
Ryan-
gonna drop?
didn't go.
Ryan didn't go because he's actually
Oh,
working.
that's right. He was like pounding the
yeah,
pavement.
I had a good time too. I got to play.
Selling
I got
papes.
to play a prototype solid gold effects pedal
Which
tremolo.
one?
The Whirly Bird.
That's not solid gold. That's spruce.
Sorry, Spruce Effects. Oh gosh, man. Sorry.
We'll cut that out.
Sorry, everybody.
Steve, the professional
sorry,
over
Alex and Brian.
Did you see the prototype
Greg.
solid gold
And
pedals?
Greg.
They literally say prototype.
Prototype.
on them.
Yeah, they were dope, dude.
I want one of those.
The 76
Yeah, honestly.
one.
I know I want the
Just
other
anyone
One.
The
that
other
says
one.
They're both really.
They're both
slick.
really cool.
Yeah, they're great.
So this morning we went to the pancake breakfast.
yeah.
they were
Flippin'
great.
Flippers.
Shout out to the Flippers.
The Flippin' Flippers.
Shout out to
Co and
Clifton.
Paul.
Who
And Clifton. who
is
was
that?
also-
Is that pedal production? Do you know?
the pancake?
Yeah.
I
Or is
know
it a
that-
one-off?
The stack.
The
It's not a one-off, but it's very limited.
Lista.
It's not in the catalog.
Do you guys know
Buy it
the
or whatever.
detail? Do you know the details? It's a boost and like a drive, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
a drive
my
with like
understanding
1,000
is
options.
It's the BC 549 boost.
Not the 108.
No, the 549, and then a revamped Zeta drive.
Okay.
That's my understanding. Which is so it's similar to the Zeta Deluxe, but with a different.
And it
boost.
has a bunch of options for like order and blend and stuff.
What is
like
the?
that, I think.
What does the art on it look like?
It's a pancake.
It's got pancakes.
It's a
You guys-
stack of
a
pancakes.
stack of pancakes.
You're supposed to
with
say it
melted
looks like
butter.
pancakes.
Oh, it does.
I don't
That's
get
my
it. Is that a
that's my
joke?
catchphrase.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
your new catchphrase?
Yeah. I was gonna say it looks like
Dude,
it looks like the new
that's a
Fender
dope
Acoustasonic.
I know, right?
It's sparkly blue.
We're talking over each other so hard.
It's
Yeah,
not
no
that
kidding.
Bad.
What did you think was going to happen in
I
this
don't
episode?
know, man.
And
I only record with one person.
We usually don't record at midnight.
Like
That's also true.
You're monogamous, polygamous. I don't know. It doesn't work.
Monogamous?
Can you cut
Pan-
that out too, Steve?
pancakes.
Steve doesn't edit this stuff.
So it was. The pancakes were very good. I think for those of us,
So Clifton Worley spent like the whole morning grilling pancakes on this flat
dude,
top.
he was like in
Yikes.
full.
and he was
It
at
looked
it.
like
Did
he
they
was
have the
into
grill
it,
marks
too,
on
though.
them?
and that was
Well,
a
it
flat
was on a
top.
flat. Yeah.
It was like a griddle, but like gas power.
Oh, griddle.
yeah, like a
That's
flat top.
different than grilling.
Well, it's like a flat. He
Get
was
your-
making,
No, it's
Get
not.
your
he was
It's not flame broiled.
creating pancakes on a flat top.
If you just put it on a grill, the pancake batter would just go through the grate.
Not if
into
you
the
buy
fire.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
dummy.
Not
that,
if you
Steve.
buy frozen pancakes.
No, Clifton doesn't. That's not how Clifton rolls.
pancakes.
I like my Eggo waffles to have nice grill marks on them.
Do you think Eggo waffles are pancakes?
No.
Okay.
Good.
But his kid does.
No,
I like
he
to get a nice
My
sear
child
on them.
has never had an Eggo touch his lips.
My kid only eats Eggos.
Does he like just shove?
He eats
My-
like this.
my-
them in past his.
My 4-year-old is pretty close to cooking,
He's all teeth.
cooking his own waffles.
Yeah.
He loves them.
It was a ton of fun though, and it was like a good turnout.
What charity was it for?
Something about kids or something. It was like a tiny bit.
Lips for kids so they can enjoy waffles.
It happened
Yikes,
to be.
dude.
We shouldn't like.
Let the
I
record
wouldn't
show Cole is the only one of us who has not been drinking all day, pretty much.
I only had a couple drinks at the bowling party.
I think you're just like exhausted,
Yeah.
Loopy.
Yeah.
The rest
No,
of us.
like
I'm just saying he
I
has
feel
no
relatively
excuse
sharp.
for his insanity.
Yeah, me too.
Why would
Is that
you
a
say that
dick
about
joke,
me?
Steve? You kind of felt like a dick joke. Are you
It
saying
wasn't.
saying your dick is sharp?
But
No,
did it
I'm
feel
saying
good?
you feel sharp, and like I feel relatively clear, but I'm also exhausted.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you were talking literally about
So I'm
how
saying
you feel.
like you may feel sharp, but you're probably very, very tired.
Yeah, I guess.
You guys all sound like a nightmare right
True.
now.
This is
Guys
one
all
of the worst
sound like
episodes
garbage
we've ever
people.
done.
is a nightmare.
This literally is my nightmare.
So
Why,
This
why
is
is
a call
Cole
to
leading?
Does Matthew have any more of those shirts?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
super.
he told us to ask about
You want a
them.
white one?
I
want a black
wanna wear
one.
one tomorrow.
I want
This is
a black
great.
one.
This is great
Okay.
podcasting also.
Matthew Hoops, who's
Oh, you know what's also great
who's our
podcasting
bunkmate
is
now.
pointing out when it isn't great podcasting. Aaron,
People love that.
you
I know.
D-keyed.
Although every time we've had an episode, Steve and I, I'm not talking about you, jokers. When Steve and I have an episode
Yeah,
that I
we've had
feel
very few episodes. With
that I
you guys.
feel like is just like super awful, and I say over and
People
over
are
it's
into it.
awful. When I listen back to it, I'm like, this is entertaining.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
it's
is-
almost as if
I
it's
don't know
more
if this-
inside of your own head.
You guys are
Aaron.
saying that like
No, what
when
I'm saying
acting
is they don't
exhausted-
know. People don't know what shirt I'm wearing.
All right, look, guys. Aaron's wearing a 1981 invention shirt. The 5 of us are staying with Matthew Hoops
That was 1981
from
inventions for
1981
listeners at home.
inventions. Thanks,
I got
Cole,
to pull-
for
I got to
thanks
pull-
everybody for talking over me. Clearly, I'm being psychologically manipulated.
There's an
Yeah,
old-
so
there's
Matt
an old
Hoops
poll.
is sleeping on our couch, and he gave us
With
t-shirts.
me.
Well, we have bunks free now, right?
I'm still going to
Yeah.
sleep on the couch because I
Oh,
don't trust
dude.
any of y'all motherfuckers.
Those
like
boys in
Stockholm
my
I
room.
sleep with Ryan.
Couch
Those-
Stockholm syndrome.
Those boys in my room. I don't know if we want to name names, but they snore like
No, it won't be a problem tonight because you'll be
Crazy.
sleeping with Aaron in your room, I think.
I don't care where I sleep.
Oh.
You guys can fight over who doesn't have to sleep with me.
Is that how that works? I've never been able to figure out how to do that, Cardi.
Oh,
what is happening? Phil, can you explain this? You haven't talked in a while.
You want me to explain it?
Yes.
Oh, I will. I will.
That was sick.
So, there's a young lady by the name of Cardi B.
wait. As an aside, did you know that she originally wanted her stage name to be Bacardi, but obviously trademarked, so she went with Cardi
By
B.
who? Oh, okay. Never
By
mind.
Bacardi.
Oh, okay.
Cole doesn't know.
Oh, is
Bacardi.
that-
Guys, Cole.
Is that
Cole's
alcohol?
a Mormon.
Oh, is that some of that alcohol?
He's not up on the booze culture.
It's a rum.
So yesterday, really quick, at the grocery store, Cole asked me what kind of like alcohol gets you. What did you say? Like, what's the cheapest way to get drunk? Basically,
Yeah, like
Wine.
volume.
So I told him like if you buy
box,
like
box of wine.
no, like if you buy super cheap vodka, I was telling him like you can get pretty drunk. And this old lady was in line, and she just looked at us with the biggest grin on her face.
She's like,
she
"Oh,
was like,
yeah."
oh yeah.
That's like
That's true.
She didn't know that I was asking purely for scientific reasons and that I wasn't
Yeah.
planning on acting.
Oh,
on
were
it.
you doing an experiment? Were you doing a study? I'm
I
looking
wasn't,
forward to
I
seeing
wasn't
your.
doing an experiment.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing
he,
your report.
he did a double blind test.
What's
And-
up, bitches?
Andy's here.
What's up, bitches?
That's Andy
right.
Kim.
Anthony's. They're not Anthony.
Speaking of bitches, Albert's here.
Albert's here. Maybe I am wrecked. Matthew's here.
That's Matt Hoops. Do you go by Matt or Matthew? What do you prefer? He said either. So either Hoops is
This
here.
podcast is going to get a lot more organized and clean now that there's 20 guys in this room.
We had just started to find a rhythm.
James,
so, but
shut
Phil
up.
was
We're
about
trying to
to
record a podcast.
Phil was about to explain to us.
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said there was this woman.
You said
and
Cardi
she
B,
wanted
and then
her-
I went off.
She wanted her stage name to be Bacardi, but
Well, I said that,
Yeah.
but
Shouldn't we be talking about NAMM?
we'll get
so
there.
for one,
She was
for the
there.
listeners. So while we're talking about Cardi B, I have something to propose to the listeners of 60
Turn
Second
this
Home.
off.
So I'd like you all to write in, call into the voicemail line, and tell us if you recognize this song. Sha na 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 TJ Maxx.
Haven't we covered this on the podcast?
This is
Not
a
on this
different
podcast.
Oh,
yeah, you're
good.
you're
This
a
is
guest
on a
right now,
different
Phil.
podcast.
TJ Maxx.
No, this is garbage. Okay, listen.
Wait, how many
is
of you
garbage.
got? I'm gonna try really hard to steer this boat back into.
All right.
That was Andy's
I
fault.
will
He
let
told
the
me to
two
do
of
that.
you.
Yeah, how
run
many?
this
How
shit,
many of you
and I will
tried?
just-
How many of you tried the Acoustasonic?
We saw it.
I didn't try it. I
you
want
didn't
to.
try
though.
it.
played it.
I played it too.
Hey,
How, and what did you
hey,
feel?
Ryan.
What did you think about it?
I played it for about a minute and a half, without a strap and without it plugged in,
Okay.
and I had a very pleasant experience. And I feel like I get it, and I understand that guitar.
Which one did you play? Because I played 2 of them.
The purple one.
I don't know if I
Ooh,
played
the
that one.
purple
but the two I
sounds the
played,
best.
I would not describe my experience as pleasant.
Steve hates it.
Did you play it plugged in, Steve?
Hopefully, we'll be
acoustic?
publishing a YouTube video where I just trash Fender for this
And
product.
I will post a counterpoint video on our own channel.
Ryan,
God,
I don't
that
know
would
if
be
you
great.
knew this, but like to me, it looks like pancakes.
It looks like pancakes.
It does.
Catchphrase.
The two that I played,
Thank you.
the two
Thank
that
you,
I
Aaron.
played
Thank you.
Push them over the
felt
edge.
like a little too thin-bodied. They felt too much like the old acoustic sonics from like the early 2000s.
Or like the Stratoacoustic.
That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like the Stratoacoustic
Yeah.
and the Teleacoustic. They did do a version of that like around 2005, I think, that was better. But the new ones, like I just wasn't feeling it looks better. I guess because it's not a
They're
plastic
clearly
back,
like
but-
very well made and everything.
Yeah.
But the old ones didn't have like the tele pickup, did they?
Right. No, the old ones were just
they were just acoustic.
the piezo.
Yeah.
So
But-
here's my
Piezo.
I didn't plug
Also
it
write
in.
in and say how you pronounce piezo.
Piezo.
Yeah. So
piezo.
It's either piezo or piezo. No other options.
It's the Pie Zone.
Piezo.
Welcome to the Pie Zone.
That's the new segment.
Welcome to the
Pie Zone.
pie zone.
Pie
What kind of pie do
Zone.
you guys like?
Pumpkin.
Everybody likes pie. That's
I
what
like-
we're all about.
Peach cobbler.
Welcome to the Piecast.
Do you ever have a moment where you confuse like the belly button and pie?
American belly button.
I never have.
Okay, so anyways, here's my hot take on the Acoustic Sonic by Fender that we all saw at NAMM.
We did see it and saw people
the
playing it.
event
2019.
that we went to because we're industry professionals.
That's right. Some of us have shirts that say it.
Yes, I thought it was a very comfortable guitar play. It felt fast. It felt fun. It felt resonant. I just think it's ugly. But I've had a very satisfying tactical reaction to it. Like
Okay,
the
that's
wood,
fair.
the wood felt nice. I even picked it up and sniffed the sound hole a little bit, which is something I do with acoustic.
Right.
Hold on.
But I want to smell like what the glue is like.
Yeah, I mean, you're always
Hold on.
walking around
I have a
sniffing holes.
question for Ryan.
I was always sniffing holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a tactical reaction?
Tactical reaction.
Tactical reaction.
I took out two knives and I stabbed it at both sides of the neck.
Isn't that what you just
It's
said?
like two
You had a
shots.
Tactile.
I thought you said I had a tactical reaction.
Yeah.
Well, I had that this morning in the shower.
He unloaded 2 shots at center mass. Dropped the target.
No,
Immediately.
it was like
The thing-
I picked it up, I strummed it, I was playing it, and it felt good. It felt pleasant, Steve. I
mean,
liked it.
Not to
It's-
want to pin two giants, but did any of you guys make it to Gibson?
No, I didn't make it there.
We walked in for about a minute.
And
it
you
was
left because
so crowded.
you
though.
were mad because of the booth girls, so you just
No,
turned
I
out.
don't think they had booth girls this year.
People told me there were booth girls.
That's why we
There's
left.
Maybe
sort
I'm
of-
just booth girl.
I was
blind.
mad that there
I don't
weren't any
know.
booth girls.
Gibson had the same type of welcoming crew that they normally have.
Okay.
So I mean, I wouldn't necessarily.
Fully nude
No, they weren't.
women.
I wouldn't just. I wouldn't describe them as booth girls. I would describe them as
Booth
girls who
ladies.
were
A lot of
hotter.
them were women. But
young,
yeah,
young
they just
women,
weren't.
or like women in their mid late 20s who happen to be wearing fitted T-shirts and slacks.
Were they slacks?
Yeah, they didn't seem to be
Well,
trying to be like overly
Some
provocative.
kind of like
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
like some kind of compression pant.
No, they were like.
No,
compression
they
pants,
looked.
compression pants.
I was
slacks,
spending
same
some
thing.
time in the media center, which is something
They're
everyone
providing
here,
a lot of support.
everyone here in this table
Yeah,
can go to the media
of course.
center and you can get free pretzels and chips there.
What?
And
Soft pretzels.
no, I'm sorry, but I think they have coffee.
Pass.
They have coffee too, and they have
That is
they
good
have
to know.
Ethernet if you want to plug in your computer. So, anyways, I was there, and there were two chaps. I call them chaps because
blokes?
they had British accents from a magazine. I don't remember what magazine.
Couple of punters.
And they were talking in depth about the booth girls at Gibson. And
Wow.
I had already, and they were talking like
Hot
very,
take. This
very,
just in.
like,
Ryan heard
like,
two guys.
Hello, mate. You
They were-
see the booth girls at Gibson?
They were like a bunch of SJWs just talking about
Oh, good grief!
how
What is-
awful it
that's.
So
They were just cutting up their man cards.
Why don't we just build a wall across the Atlantic Ocean? Keep those Brits out of here.
I feel like the ocean
We
is
should build
God's
a water
wall.
wall. Should build a moat around our country. Between our country and England.
We need a sky moat to keep their planes out. Yeah. British Airways, don't let them land. Turn around.
Yeah, those
All
are
right,
called clouds.
I got a hot take that
Like
got
guitar nerds.
I got a hot take that
Water's very
got
thin.
me some roll eyes from today. I want everyone's opinion on this. So I went to Coffin Cases to get a picture for Instagram, and
CoffinCases.com.
Coffin Cases.
Are they a sponsor?
It was for Haunted Labs, which
This episode
I
is
played their
sponsored.
pedals, and their pedals were like really crazy. Like the new fuzz is like pretty dope. But the question I have is, do you guys feel like when booth girls are thematic that it's less offensive? Like if you went to
Well, if they got a cool costume. It's
if you went to Dan Electro and they had like a bunch of pinup girls, would you be like, oh, but they're like pinup girls, so it fits that like 50s
No.
retro thing?
No.
So
Phil doesn't want women working in the music industry at all.
I
No
don't
matter
think
how they're dressed.
so. The woman,
It's equally dumb.
the woman who was at the Coffin Cases booth, it's not it wasn't offensive because it was thematic. It was offensive because it was just like a tight-fitting dress that she was wearing. It wasn't like revealing.
Well,
in any
it
way or
depends
anything.
on
She was-
it depends on which day you went there.
Oh, okay. Somebody showed. Was it? Somebody showed me a picture. It's probably Albert. He's got all kinds of pictures.
Oh,
like
have
this
you
on his
had
phone.
that? That was in the fridge. Have you had that?
very spicy.
It's very spicy.
My take
RJ
is
No,
that
I want to get a roundtable on
RJ
this
My take is
because
that-
honestly, like I've been thinking through this and I just don't have
don't
a
agree.
process.
I don't agree that the thematic aspect of it really matters, but I
my take
also
is
don't agree
if
that any
the girls are there, or women or men or
Sure.
whoever, if they're there and the goal is to like objectify them, like sexualize them as a way to draw people in, then it doesn't matter how they're dressed thematically. It's the same, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Does it change your opinion if one of them is like a shred master?
so that's the thing. Like, if they're there playing, or even if they're there just greeting people, and
I feel like a performer presenting themselves in a sexy way is a performance.
it's probably usually that,
And they
I would
have the power
expect-
dynamic.
I would expect that to be their
Right, that makes
choice
sense.
more so than I would expect like just a model for that
But
to
it's-
be their choice.
It's the power dynamic difference where like someone who's on display to be like window
Right.
dressing for a booth,
right,
they are at the bottom of the power dynamic. They're
right, because the performer
they're
is
part of
they're
the,
part
they're
of it.
part of the booth.
Yeah, they're
versus
like
being the-
they're almost being treated like a prop or whatever.
Right,
rather than,
exactly.
How do you feel about a girl, woman, jumping on cases in a kind of sexy, jumpy, dancey way?
I'm not going to judge anyone
If you
for what they
perceive
do
that
at
as
home.
being sexy, it wasn't. It
I'm
certainly
sorry.
wasn't like
A
sexualized.
Aaron just made a
Sexy-
Step
face.
back, bro.
Hold on. Aaron just made a face at Cole like, how could that be anything but sexy?
It's like
I mean, I know it was sexy
every
when I jumped on the
heterosexual
case.
woman
Well,
in there
all
also thought it
I'm
was
hearing
sexy.
right now is Aaron's wife. You can expect to see a Carlton case under the Christmas tree next
Yeah.
year.
Oh, Carlton
The
was
Carlton
doing that?
booth.
Yeah.
They were like
They had a-
asking people as they walked up to jump on the cases. When I walked up, they didn't for some reason. I'm still trying to figure that out.
They were like,
So I showed.
They're
I
like,
showed,
"Oh, this display's closed for maintenance right now."
Tape around it.
I showed him the video. I showed the girl the video where we threw a case off of a bridge, and she said, "Oh, that's nice. Did you pull it out and play it? And was the guitar perfectly in tune afterwards?" And I said,
Obvious.
I said, "No,
like,
the neck
what do you
broke,
think?
but the case was intact." She goes, "Oh, that's nice."
Tell her to send
no,
us one.
she
No,
said
she said
the
if you
F
threw
word.
it right. Didn't she say if you threw it off with
That was
in a
someone
Carlton
else.
case, it would
That
have
was someone
survived?
else.
She didn't
That was a
say
different
that, but
story.
it was definitely
Oh,
implied.
okay.
Call her out on it. Tell her to
She
send us
said
one.
the F
I'll do
word.
it. I will.
Did she? No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
swore at you.
She swore at Steve.
I didn't hear her
What?
swear at me.
She said, "That's the whole effing point."
Whoa.
Oh,
Were
maybe
you
she
there?
said that. I just tuned it out. He was there because I was
Yeah,
the
we were
one who made
walking
Aaron
together.
jump on the cases.
Yeah. So that, no matter how sexy she was or wasn't,
Are you?
or
is
her
fine.
behavior.
Is fine in my opinion because
Okay.
she was like an active part of the presentation.
Aaron
she
is
wasn't
passing
just
around this
there.
Polaroid he took of her. Like everyone judged from 1 to 10, like how sexy you think you are. Let's
All right, go.
like,
objectify
And
her
there
right
was
now.
no reason. And there was like no.
Whoa!
Like, hey,
That's
Albert over
the
here.
Lord's name, and you've taken it
Hey.
in vain.
I actually do have a picture of
Albie.
her
Ten
because
Commandments, Albert. Look
her
him
and
up.
Steve
You
were
have a
her and
picture of
Steve
her?
were having quite the conversation.
Did you record her saying that F word to
I
Steve?
wish.
But like part of it,
Look
like,
how happy Steve is.
So,
She's attractive.
so
She's
the
she's
issue,
cute.
Yeah.
but that's irrelevant in my opinion. The thing that matters is
But
that
she's not a booth girl.
She's actively
She's
participating
not.
in the thing.
She's the
and
presenter,
also-
yeah.
And there's no reason.
I mean, I think the
like,
better question is look how happy she is.
There's no reason
True,
to think
true.
that the way she is dressed was dictated by anyone else but her too, which I
well,
think
she's wearing like a t-shirt.
factors into it.
She's working.
She's wearing like a t-shirt and jeans or whatever.
Back this up. She's wearing a t-shirt and jeans.
Well,
she's
she's
just,
wearing
Wait,
mustard yellow.
was she wearing
like,
a t-shirt
capris.
and jeans?
What'd you
Thanks,
say?
Aaron.
She's wearing a baseball tee and mustard yellow capris.
She's wearing like a t-shirt or jeans.
Sure, but
Oh,
I'm saying,
yeah.
They're not, jeez.
I'm starting to worry about you, Aaron. You've got pictures of her.
Aaron has a lot of
and
pictures.
stuff.
I think Aaron's just trying to. I think Aaron's just
I was
trying to
trying
make
to get an
himself
incriminating
feel.
photo of
Like,
Steve with
like
this,
one
this
picture is
woman.
like I get it. Like
I think
how many
this whole
pictures do you
conversation
have?
is just
Okay.
Aaron trying to make himself feel better.
Okay, but
I was
wait,
trying to
having
get her
impure
dancing, get a
thoughts
picture
about
of her
this woman.
dancing,
In
and
Aaron's
show you
defense-
how she danced.
He stopped taking pictures because she like ran into the bathroom to get away from him.
In my defense,
sounds accurate.
she was not a booth girl.
So it was okay for
So
you
it's
to
fine.
chase her around with your camera.
I did not chase her
No.
with the camera.
In your defense, you were trying to get pictures of her doing the ridiculous thing she was
Yes.
doing,
Yes.
Yes.
which was jumping
which was
on.
for attention.
She was,
You would-
but
like
she
it
was
was-
not just jumping.
it
She
was
was like
entirely
dancing and doing
designed
like
to
crip
draw
walk
attention.
on this case.
Dude, she was crip walking.
She was
That's
totally
freaking
sea
dope,
walking.
dude.
Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh.
I want to
So
bite
fresh,
this
so
apple
clean,
so
clean.
hard right now. I've got a
Don't
happy
you
apple in
think
front
I'm
of me.
so sexy. I'm just so fresh and
So
clean.
fresh and so clean, clean.
Did you guys check out the Fender booth much?
I was there
aside
for,
from
like-
the Acoustasonics.
Oh, did you
20
guys play
minutes.
those Acoustasonics?
Yeah, I thought they looked like pancakes.
Dude, that's a good setup.
So what I thought was cool
Didn't we
was
already talk about this?
the alternate. Was it alternate realities?
Yeah, the alternate reality stuff
which
looked
is
good.
replacing the
Parallel universe.
parallel universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But it's
60
all
did you
it's
see
all
the
made in
66?
Mexico stuff.
I didn't see. I think they had them off the walls and like were doing
Oh,
content with them somewhere because
dude.
they weren't there when I was there.
The
All right, tell me if you think this is cool because this is something that happened that I thought was cool. So the Meteora is a 2 humbucker pickup now.
Yeah, it looks
And
sharp.
It has volume, tone. And there was apparently a debate between like which pickup should have the volume closest to like the pinky, right?
Yeah.
So what they did was they put a little toggle switch
No.
that flips them so you can
What?
choose which volume
It
is
chooses which volume is
pickup.
controlling which
I,
pickup.
I love the like weird stuff.
Isn't that
Fender's-
cool?
Fender's been doing like
Yeah,
the past couple of years.
like that's like it's something cool that you wouldn't have thought of, and it's probably more useful than a phase switch. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little push button.
Phase is fun, but like that's like
Yeah.
a legit fun thing. Like, what if you want to do like pinky swells on the
Yeah,
neck pickup? That's
exactly.
awesome.
You can do that on either one.
Pinky swells.
Pinky swells.
Pinky, is that a thing?
It is. It
that
is
like-
now.
Do you know what they call the piece of machine? I learned this last night talking to some of our British friends from Fender. Do you know what they call the piece of equipment they use to polish the sound hole for the Acoustasonic?
No.
The donut buffer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What? I think that's what they call it. Maybe I remember it completely wrong because it was funnier when they said it.
did they say it's a donut buffer?
Yeah, I think it was maybe it was the whole buffer or the whole rubber or something like that.
Was it a reamer?
In my-
It could be literally
in
anything
my
at this
head,
point.
it
No
was
one
donut,
knows.
It was donut buffer and
The
it made me
whole
laugh really
rubber?
hard.
The whole
If it was the
rubber.
whole rubber, then yeah, that is funny. But I don't think that's what it was.
It wasn't. It
I'm
wasn't
gonna
half
go out
rubber.
on a limb here and say I'd be very surprised if that's what it was.
We already talked about the whole rubber
That
this
stuff
morning
is
on the
spicy,
Gear
guys.
Slum.
Yeah, RJ gave that to me. His coworker made it. It's habanero beef jerky, and it can
Habanero.
Knock, it can knock you back. I wasn't anticipating you
It's
guys
excessively spicy.
would get
I think.
into it.
That's how I would
So
define
we technically
it.
have
Excessively.
9 people in the room now, but only 5 people with microphones.
Right. So you guys shut the up. I'm just kidding.
Habanero.
We beeped him out. Aaron just like swore for real.
I swore so hard.
Hey, you guys remember when you two had like an internet beef going? About
Dude, remember? Yeah,
Strymon?
you too. Like the Bono and the Edge, they had this really big beef on the internet.
It was like
Terrible joke.
Wait, which one of you was the Bono? Which one of you is the Edge?
Ryan's
I
the
think.
edge.
Yeah, I think you're Larry Mullins Jr. and I'm Adam Clayton.
I don't know who those
Larry
people
Mullen Sr.'s
are.
The
son.
bass player and the drummer.
Oh.
Actually,
rhythm
it's a
section, if you
drummer
will.
and the bass player.
Adam Klitschko.
I
2,000
am
pounds.
not any part of the rhythm section.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I think Ryan would be Bono.
I got to check out the. I hate to go back to Fender, not hate, but I don't want to keep mono branded here. But I got to check out the reverb.
Did you check out the mono booth?
Oh,
sorry.
the pedal?
Yeah, the tree reverb or something.
A tree verb. Yeah, which is a tremolo and reverb.
You might be getting one of those.
I might be getting.
Oh,
one.
because
No,
you won
it's
that
a tray.
contest.
Oh,
Isn't it a
nice.
Trey Cool
You
signature
won
pedal?
that taco party drawing?
Yeah, I'm not sure what pedal I won, but
Very
I
cool.
won a Fender pedal.
I was a super big asshole in the Fender booth about it.
No
Because I had
surprise.
my clock was ticking down.
Your biological clock
yeah,
is
I
ticking.
was.
If he doesn't make a kid tonight, he'll die.
You're not getting any younger, Ryan.
But like, I only had like 10 minutes to get back to the booth that I was working at.
Because I text you and,
And
was like,
like-
bro, where are you?
Some other dude was talking to the guy who was about to demo the pedal board, and I walked up. I was like, "But can you play the reverb?" And I like totally interrupted the dude, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll get to it." And the dude was like asking questions about the tremolo side of it. Like, no, play the reverb, please. And he just and he started to play it. I'm like, no, play it like surfy, like like palm mute it.
Do what I want that I'm not telling you.
And
Read
then-
my mind.
And then I was like, can I just have the guitar? And he's like, yeah, okay. And then he acted kind of like put off. And I was like, you don't understand. I have a YouTube channel. And he's like, I know. And then I felt really bad.
I know. I know, Bono.
Wait, was it like Peter or whatever? The guy
I don't remember which
the
makes
guy
me
who
feel
designed
even
it.
more
So
bad.
when we went to the Fender booth, there was this dude demoing the pedals, right? And he was like facing the crowd and like putting on a show. And he played for a while, and he was like just soloing on and on and on and on and on and on.
He was good.
He was okay. I mean,
And
he
he
was like
wasn't
not
just,
musical
like,
at all.
middly
He was soloing
solos.
on and
Right.
on. And then Jade Ross tells us this
I
guy
only
doesn't.
solo on and
this
on.
guy
Whatever.
doesn't work for us. He's just he's just
he's
a
not
guy
a
who picked up the
demonstrator.
guitar and started jamming.
And
like,
one of
looking
his
to the
friends
crowd,
was there taking
turned-
videos of it.
Turned
was
to face the
insane.
like
crowd.
putting his foot up on the monitor.
And he
and
said
stuff.
he said he'd been playing for like 20 minutes.
You found Jay
Oh my
Cross
gosh.
not doing business?
well, he was,
He was
doing business with us.
He was telling us about Fender's offerings.
He gave us a tour of the whole.
Yesterday, when I kept
booth.
every
Unreal.
single time I tried to find Jay Cross, he was like signing multi-billion-dollar contracts.
Yeah, I mean one of those was with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
How many billions?
Multi.
Multi.
We're not really at liberty to say at this moment.
You're
No,
American,
no.
dude.
We
you
each
got liberties.
we got
First Amendment.
multi-billion-dollar contracts. So several contracts, $1 billion.
I know, and I know I have
5.7.
liberties. We have liberties, but we
had a
are
wall's
not
worth of contracts
willing to
with
share
Fender.
our
Contracts?
liberties with you at this moment. That's it.
If I leave, can you tell Steve?
No.
I mean, that's a good point. I'm not legally contracted to the same things that you are.
Oh.
But things that are told on this
But you could
recording,
compromise
couldn't
him.
publish because it would go on our channel.
That's true.
So just sign it to me.
All right. So anyway, we talked Fender.
That's
I
crazy.
guess.
Yeah, I signed it. It's nuts, right?
That's nuts.
I don't know why I signed it when I'm the one who needs the information.
It's nuts. Phil, tell your joke.
Phil, do something funny now.
We are going to lose so many subscribers over this episode.
Like 6.
We have more subscribers to lose than that, Steve.
And now back to you, Steve, in
7.
the studio.
Wait, the glitter
What else
joke?
do you want to talk about? Yeah, the glitter joke.
I don't know. What has been your worst thing that you've messed around with that NAMM?
Booth girls.
You guys.
Oh, wait. DJ Maxx, yeah.
No, best.
The worst thing
No,
we
I
messed
said
around with
worst, Phil.
Best.
at NAMM.
That's a good
Is
question.
best easier?
I was pretty selective about what I messed around with, so I didn't really mess around with bad stuff.
Anything get you excited this year at NAMM then?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I could say like
Same answer.
I could say
Well,
like
he has all those pictures of that girl's feet.
oh my god.
Like freaking Quentin Tarantino over here.
Like I mean
Tarantino in half.
What?
Oh, one
Tino, we
thing, one
tore him
thing
in
that there
half.
was in the Sabian booth. They
Why
had a
were you
guy-
in the Sabian booth?
Well, we were walking by the giant booth. I think I know where you're going with this. Go on.
So, what was I saying? No, in the Sabian booth, they had.
No one knows.
You could hear this like kind of repetitive pounding.
It's called drumming.
I know. And I was
Well,
thinking like
that's what we
This
thought.
guy's
Plague.
like whoever's demoing these drums. Like it sounded like maybe somebody was like A-Bing some cymbals or something and like seeing what they sounded like. But no, they had this guy there who was like hammering out by hand.
He was
this
making a cymbal.
He was like making
Yeah.
a cymbal, and it was so
It
loud.
was such an offensive symbol too.
Yeah, he was hand
was
making a
making-
swastika in the Sabian booth. I was like, what? It was a really like. There have been some interesting marketing decisions, and that's the most interesting. I don't even know. It was
very large.
This
Yeah, I don't see it
episode
for-
not
it
brought
seems
to you
like
by
a-
Sabian.
It seems like a big risk, small reward situation. But
Do we need to do our sponsor spot? at
Trump's
some point,
America,
speaking of
man.
which?
I
so-
thought the
no,
Boss Tube Expander was
did you
cool.
guys think I was done
The
saying
tube
that
amp
thing that I was
expander.
saying?
Yeah,
or
you're
what?
done.
Yeah, I
Cole.
thought you were.
No.
I
He
didn't.
yes
didn't
ended your
think
joke,
you were done.
but
We
he's
wished
still
you
not
were
done.
done.
He said he was making a symbol.
I didn't.
What else
I
happened
didn't,
after that?
I
It's really
didn't-
loud and
I
annoying.
didn't
And I
try
don't
it-
want. There was
I
a bad
didn't-
decision of them to do that.
They did that. They've done that every year I've gone.
I didn't try the tube expander. How is it?
I don't think anyone tried it,
Okay,
but
it's a cool
they're
product.
talking about it, and it has a ton of options.
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
like it's based.
Seems cool.
It's like the aux, but
want
it's from different.
It's like
from
an
Boss.
aux,
The Boss Tube?
but like more.
Yeah, it looks freaking rad.
It's
If
the aux
like,
with a
it's-
ton of added features.
it's not
Yeah.
for everyone.
No,
But
but
if you had like a studio or I don't know.
Someone,
like-
Oh, it-
someone of authority who knows things about it told me it's better than the aux without looking as good as the aux. It looks more like studio equipment than,
That's fair.
than
yeah.
a piece of furniture. They didn't say whatever.
Oh, okay.
all right, Ryan.
they said that
do we need to do
particular thing.
sponsor spots?
when they said that particular thing.
Yes, let's do sponsor spots.
All right. This episode is brought to you by Sinusoid.
Sinusoid.
This week we're featuring TechFlex. Every cable on the table right now is a Sinusoid cable with TechFlex. We have two.
It's not a weird flex. It's a tech flex.
We have three cables in
Hey,
Gears
TechFlex, bro, but okay.
that are XLR in Gearslum Red. We have two cables that are XLR black on rainbow or rainbow on black. For the record, white underneath rainbow is the superior combination, but I was told that at the time of the generation of these cables, that combination had not been thought of. Because clearly I was the forefather of rainbow on white.
Well, that's a weird flex.
Because I am a genius.
Seriously,
And those
that's a weird tech flex.
anyway, if you want to see any color of TechFlex on any color of available cable, go to sinusoid.com, check out the build a cable. If you don't see it there, just send a message and be like, hey, I'm thinking about this color with this TechFlex, and like maybe they'll just splice something small together for you. I don't know. They're Sinusoid. They make cables.
and smiles.
Sinusoid.
Sinusoid Pro Audio Couture. Check them out at sinusoid.com.
Who's our other
Sinusoid FM.
sponsors?
Our other sponsor this week is D'Addario.
You said it right.
AKA Daddario.
I normally have a script for these guys, but
D'Addario.
because right now I don't,
He's gone without purse or script.
I can tell you that they have a pretty sizable booth at NAMM, and it's pretty impressive, and I've checked it out. They actually have a lot of really cool things. We always talk about the XL strings. If you want flat wounds, we're looking at the chromes. If you want something really bright, you're looking at not the chromes. You're looking at the Pro Steels. Boom, from memory. Take that, haters.
Everyone hates Steve's memory.
Dude, there's so many
Yeah,
D'Addario
people are so
haters
mad
on this
about it.
podcast.
They have the point is they have a range of product available. So go check that out. Or if you're looking for things that aren't strings that are just like the thing actually that I saw that I thought was the coolest is they have a huge like guitar repair kit.
Oh.
It has like a neck mount and it has like
It works for regular size guitars too.
it has a like some lubrication fluid, some different things like that. And I thought it just looked really cool.
I want to. I haven't had a chance to go check out their booth because I don't want to talk about it anymore. But I want to go tomorrow. I'm gonna go check it out.
So
hang out.
Didario.com.
It did seem cool.
I feel like if there's like a backstage lounge at
That's right.
to Dario's booth, I want to like sneak into it.
There
and hang
is
out.
one. I don't know how you get back there.
I think we could figure it out.
Dario, they make strings and everything else.
Kind of.
They make a ton of stuff, right?
They make a lot of stuff.
they have. Yeah.
Do we have anyone else, Steve?
That's it.
All right. Are you sure? Okay.
Everything else is on a bi-weekly, though maybe we should probably squeeze something in.
Well,
but we won't.
one of them told me tonight that they want to go weekly.
They want to go steady.
that?
Wow.
Because we could do it right now if you're ready.
We could do it for fun.
Who?
There's no money involved.
Who is
Yeah.
it?
It's Chase Bliss.
Chase Bliss Audio.
Chase Blitz.
They make pedals that make your brain explode.
Yeah, dude.
Did you guys see any of this stuff on the new pedal?
I actually
Yeah, they had
did.
two new pedals.
The blooper.
The blooper is a
It's
video like fun experiment. I don't know if it's ever going to be a product.
Yeah, I mean they had them there though.
Oh, did
A
they?
couple of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think those are the only ones in existence.
Maybe.
Yeah, they said that they're prototypes.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea. I think is that he's working with knobs, and they're just going to keep tweaking the looper.
Yeah, that's like a fundamental thing that he works with.
Right, but it's
Knobs,
like
Knobs,
it's gonna-
dip switches. He's
Knobs. The
Ignore
demo
Cole.
guy.
Ignore Cole.
The guy who does captions and puts moss in there and like little figures.
Plays
and stuff like that.
shimmer
He's
reverb.
very twee.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to judge him.
I mean, it's
not negative.
Not a bad
I don't know.
way.
I don't care if he wears a lot of tweed or wool
He's
or
tweedy.
whatever. But I don't know everything about
Or
the
she.
blooper. But the MK2 thing, the Benson amps collab.
Yeah, that looks crazy.
What do you guys think of that?
I didn't get a chance to hear it. I saw it, and it's bigger than I thought.
It's really big.
That's
really
what she
big.
said.
Yeah,
Who?
it's a big box.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
That's
way
what he
huge.
said.
It looks rad. It has like motorized faders on it, which is
Yeah.
like pretty wild in a pedal, I guess. Like it's a weird thing, but it has a million different features. It's a type of pedal, which I feel that way about a lot of Chaseless pedals, especially. But like, it's too good for me. Like I don't.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
feel that
Like
way
I
about
wouldn't be able to.
Almost every pedal.
It's like the
That it's
last.
too good for me.
It's
yeah,
like
it's too good for you.
It's the pedal that would be in the last page of Sky Mall, and you're just like, who buys?
Yeah,
Like something
it looks
crazy like
amazing.
that, yeah.
And Mason Stoops, every time we walked by the booth, I don't know if he was actually like set up there all the time, but he was there a lot of the time, just playing around with it, and it sounded amazing.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder, like, it makes me think it would not sound as amazing when I played, obviously, but it's super versatile and can do a ton of different crap.
It looks crazy. I filmed a demo of it, and I don't understand. I didn't film a demo where I played it. I filmed Joel Corte
Right.
Demoing.
demoing.
Yeah.
I was a human tripod, basically, just move to can. Oh yeah,
Ryan's feeling very confident tonight.
I'm just gonna say, I have to use the little kid's urinal.
All right. Weird flex, but okay.
That's not a. That's like a very common.
No, it does have a weird flex right in the middle. Steve has seen it. Dick jokes, they're never not funny.
It's true.
Yep.
They're hard to pass up.
To the people in the room who are sleep deprived.
Very hard.
Exactly.
Where are we going with that?
That was one of the crazy cool things, though, that I hope, like it's not like available for purchase. I think it's still probably slightly in development, maybe, or is it completely done?
Joel
The
told me.
Benson,
Joel told me that the one that's at NAMM, they finished building it in the hotel room the night before.
Oh wow.
Like
And-
they were soldering in the hotel room.
so that makes me think it probably isn't in production.
And
No.
Yeah.
and when
No,
someone
they're going to do it. That is their production method.
Oh,
They go to hotels.
They go to hotels and they
Really
solder in
weird.
hotels. And they're
expensive.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you get a Motel 6, sometimes it's a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, it's true.
The Holiday Inn Express, you get the pancake machine in the morning. It's great.
It's true.
None of
Someone
this,
said
none
that
of this sounds
Ryan thinks
accurate.
pancakes are waffles.
someone said
No,
that
I don't. I know the difference.
someone said that Chris Benson said
pancakes are a lot of squares and waffles are a big round, right?
someone said that Chris Benson said that they're thinking it'll be
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I want Objection overruled.
Oh, all right.
Probably around $700.
Whoa.
I'm not surprised at all because it's big.
So they have not decided yet. Is
It's
my
a
point.
robot.
Just the fact
does
that it
a
has
ton of stuff.
Just the fact that it has like motorized faders puts it like it basically is like uncharted territory for pedals.
That's true, yes.
It's no longer just like a pedal. It happens to be sort of that form factor, but it's doing stuff that pedals don't do. You know.
But then also it does stuff that pedals do, but in a way that they don't do it. I know. I said do.
Guys, did you hear that? He said doo doo.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem terribly unintuitive, or at least
Right.
like it's
No,
not doing anything
like in
super
a-
crazy, but it's just doing a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just like you press the preset switch and then all the sliders go crazy and go back to like what you want it to be, and you go back and forth.
Like back to the 50s or something.
Yeah, back to the 50s. When Steve, when
When
Phil
Phil
was,
was young.
when Phil was born, when Phil was young. I'm sorry, I made an ageist
Back
joke
when
against you,
Phil,
Phil.
Phil was a young,
The halcyon
a
days of
youngish
Phil's youth.
grandfather in the 50s. Halcyon?
Phil was born in the 50s, but it's because his parents were time travelers.
True.
You said it like it was like
Yeah.
super true and very sad. Yeah, my parents
Phil's
were
NPR
time
voice.
travelers. I don't like to talk about it.
It's a
I
lonely
don't want
life.
to talk about it.
It's a lonely life.
You can't make friends when they don't like understand like the time travel life.
Right.
That's what they say.
You know.
It's like being an army brat,
Question.
but way worse.
Question. If your parents are from, let's say, the 70s.
They're
They
from
tr-
the 1830s. but-
Listen, if your parents from the 1970s.
That kind of time traveler? They're like,
Listen. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
jeez.
If your
All right.
parents are from the 1970s,
1830s.
It's
if
a
your parents
hypothetical.
are from the 1970s and they travel back to the 1940s, give birth to you then, and then bring you back to the 1970s, are you living in your real time or are you living in the future?
What's your home time?
See what
this
I mean?
is deeply personal for Phil. He's like, he doesn't want to talk about this.
First of all,
guys.
I wish Steve was here because Steve would.
He would murder this topic
Yeah,
right now.
he.
It's a great topic.
He went to the
Where is Steve?
bathroom.
It is a good thought experiment.
This is what he does to me. This is what he does to me.
This what he
what he do.
This what he do to me.
He does this to me in
Steve.
our podcast all the time. He just gets up and leaves.
Why you do this?
We
to
can't
me?
do that with a video podcast, Steve. I have to edit
Hey, girl.
Where is he?
that in the
Why you do
bathroom.
this to me?
He's
So-
doing doo-doo.
So
That's not funny, Aaron.
Come on. That's
the way
It's true, though.
the way time works
Joe.
Okay, let's.
is
Go ahead.
you must think about your own timeline. Okay, not you can't think about dates anymore. You have to think about your own personal age. All right. So all this back and forth, forward, backward, whatever you're saying, irrelevant.
So if I travel to the 1830s, I'm not living in the past.
You are, but
living
that has
in
no
when you're-
effect on your
not
age.
when you're there. You're living
You're
in
living
the present.
in
when
your
you're there.
present.
Yes.
Yeah. Good point.
Yes.
Wherever you go, that's where you are.
That's true. Steve, how do you feel about
was
this
deep.
subject?
I think I misquoted it from
Steve,
something.
I'm not sure why, but we're talking about how I'm
Phil's
part of a
parents-
family of time travelers.
Phil's parents are time travelers, and it's deeply upsetting to him.
How are your parents time travel?
All right, here's the
He was
here's the
born,
hypothetical.
He was
Irrelevant.
born in the 1950s, but his parents are time travelers. That's the premise.
If two people from the 1980s, we'll say 80s this time, from the 1980s,
1830s.
shut up. If two people from the 1980s travel, Steve, this is specifically
I'm
for you.
listening.
Travel back to the 1950s,
Okay.
Please don't eat.
give
Steve.
birth to a child in the 1950s, and take that child to the 1980s. That child grows up from that point forward. Is that child living in the present or the future?
Are his parents with him?
Yes.
Good
But
question.
he's being raised in a modern.
Yeah, he moves from 1980 on,
At what age was he transported?
immediately after birth.
He's living in the moment.
He's living in the moment. That sounds so
Here's
nice.
a good question. At what age does that transfer?
Now here's the thing.
When you're
what if-
old enough to recognize that like none of these clothes make sense. Also, I said he's living in the moment, and nobody said.
Steve, did you drink in the bathroom?
He went to the bathroom and came back incredibly drunk.
What is going on?
I'm singing
Here's my
that
question,
song,
though.
living in a moment.
So your parents and you have the power of time travel.
You don't have it. It's not a power. It's a
Well,
technology.
we don't know. It
that
could
should
be a
harnessed.
power. It could be a power.
right.
That's true. It could
That,
be.
don't assume. Let's ask Phil. They're his parents.
This is like a cruel
Is it
scenario.
a power?
where somehow
He keeps insisting that his parents are from farther back than you think.
Yeah, he thinks 1830s.
somehow you're able to time travel, but just once when you're born and then never again.
What? When did that become the premise?
No.
That
No.
was the exact premise.
Here's my
I
question.
never said you never time travel again.
yes,
No
you
one
did.
ever-
You said you lived
I
from the
did.
1980s on.
I didn't say you couldn't time travel again.
It's
I
a
know, that's what I'm
choice.
saying. So if you
It's
can and
a
you choose not to,
choice,
that's a weird choice.
Cole. It's like you time travel
And then
once
when
and you're
I
like,
said,
hell no. I'm
and then
never
when I
doing that.
said you
Look
can
how
travel, you
sad
said
Phil-
I never said you can
Look
travel.
how sad Phil is right now. He doesn't want to talk
That's
about
'cause
it.
he's
It's
depressed.
traumatic. He's depressed because he time traveled as a child and it screwed him up.
I would like to travel 10
Through
minutes
life.
backwards and not do this conversation.
We need to go back farther than that to erase this episode completely.
No, Cole looks
Here's
mad.
my question: Time traveler goes back in time. It's a dude.
Okay.
Impregnates a past woman, and he's like, "Hey, let's."
woman. It sounds so derogatory.
She's okay. He goes to the future.
One of those past
He
women.
impregnates a future woman, and
Ooh,
she's
it sounds
she's empowered.
fancy.
She's empowered. A past woman is not empowered. A future woman is empowered for some reason. And your guys'
Hopefully.
Is he just
sick
impregnating
misogynistic
people all
mind.
the way
across
things
time?
are
I think
going.
women in every times can be empowered.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can be,
I don't know
but they
about these
weren't a
fools.
lot of times.
yeah. But if you have a time machine, you can go back and change that. But you won't.
Oh, you can
will
go
you?
back and you individually can
Cole.
change the
Phil's
entire world.
parents
Is
can.
that how time machines work? They also give you like omnipotence.
Hold on, dude.
So anyways,
hold
you-
on, Cole. Are you on the tapestry of the world, tapestry of the universe?
What the hell, Steve?
I am.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The Twilight Zone episode.
No, I don't.
So you know what I'm talking about? Twilight Zone, the tapestry episode.
Here's the thing. I sadly know what you're talking about, but
It's
Only
not
because
sad,
you
it's
watched
when
it when it came out.
It's not.
Your parents took you to when it came out to watch it. Like, let's just go watch. Instead of watching TV,
I watched it unfold.
Day in the cold.
it's like a big thing for time travelers to travel to the exact date that like a show first airs,
yes.
so they can watch
I'm
other
gonna go
people.
back and watch Who Shot Mr. Burns
They
live
can
again.
they can watch other people watch it for the first time because that's how future people get off.
People are crazy.
They watch like They watch other people watch the last episode of Seinfeld.
Wait, hold on. If that's how they get off, what are you trying to say about Phil's conception?
I don't know. He's super like traumatized by his childhood. So, anyways, a time traveler goes to another time, sires a child with a person of whichever gender they choose,
Past woman.
I think that works.
future,
So in the past,
and
they were
then
able to birth
and then
children?
the time traveler person says, "Hey, I love you. I want to raise this child with you,
I want to make this
but
work.
I don't want to do it in your time. That's not fair to me. I don't want to do it in my time. That's not fair to you. We're gonna pick our own time."
Ooh, that's good.
So, what is the time of that child? Is that child
it'd have to
native
be
to?
between the two, though, because then if it was like we'll go even farther into the future, then it's like, well,
But you're
that's
assuming-
inherently on the.
But
Well,
you're
if it's not
assuming the
his-
future continually progresses. What is a Mad Max future?
If it's not his time,
I didn't say
it's
I
not her
assumed it was
time.
technologically progressing. I'm just saying that, like,
You think just because it's
from
just
a
like
compromise,
linear?
from a compromise standpoint, it's like, well, if we go further into the future, then it's more weighted towards the future person, and if we go farther in the past, so it makes sense that the compromise would be in the middle.
I mean, if you're trying to make the best life for your time traveling family, don't you just pick the best time to live?
How do you know
Yes.
if you've reached the best time to live?
You're a time traveler.
If it
You
was
can,
in the
you can
past.
taste test. You can check it out.
yeah, but you have to travel
You can dip-
infinitely into the future.
You can
sample
dip-
every time.
You don't have to try. You don't have to find the exact best. That's just hyperbole. Like, you guys have to keep going until you find a place that's like, this is really nice.
Would you say that that's
We could stay here, and then you could travel forward 50 years to make sure it stays really nice.
True.
Would
And
you
then go
say that sampling all these times would be like
Phil just agreed, like, yeah, that's how it's done. And he's here.
He's like, you're pretty close.
He's
does
nailing
that
it
mean
down.
that this time is the time that's really nice in history? That his family
It is.
chose?
I think we're gonna look back on this time and be like, man, we were really knocking it out of the park, guys.
Phil's parents
Especially
were
the last couple of years, we're gonna be like,
Phil's
guys,
parents were right,
great.
unless they're time traveling historians and they're here to like document like a disaster.
Guys, I have a confession to make.
Okay.
I'm
got another
Phil's father.
confession to make.
I traveled to the future and sired him with coal.
Because you
because
can
they
do
came
that.
up with that technology.
Whichever
do that in the future.
Whichever
No, I can
gender you
actually,
choose.
Every
I can
gender.
actually do that right now.
But it's not my time. It's not Cole's time. We're living on borrowed time. And Phil's the product of that time.
So you guys borrowed time. What's the interest rate on that?
Pretty high.
So is this like
Dad.
is like a mortgage thing?
How
when
could you do this to me?
29.9. The government regulates
Son,
it.
shut up.
Holy hell, that's steep.
Yeah, the government in the future, in the past, and the present.
Future government.
You realize that we're in your guys' episode now, right? Like this is solid, like
This is
slumming.
insane.
Not quite.
What time is it?
I mean, we're like figuratively,
55.
like from a content standpoint, we're probably in our episode.
My idea. Should we? That was you farting.
No.
It smells so bad over here right now. Someone farted.
That was
in
the
it.
first
Thanks.
one I did. So unless
Phil.
That's why Phil was so sad.
That's the first time Phil smiled all night.
can you mark that time? Can you timestamp that,
First thing
Steve?
Phil's fart smile.
So, Ryan, I have questions for you, since this is a Gear Slum podcast now.
Yeah.
That's ours. We assume.
Where do you get off?
Anyway, so you've been working
do you
in
think
the
you
Deli
are?
Stomp Box exhibit, right?
Yeah.
So you've seen a bunch of stuff coming through there.
Yeah,
Mostly pedals or all pedals?
all pedals.
So what is exciting to you, or what has been exciting since you've seen a ton of stuff?
Here's the problem with Steve is passed out on the table.
I'm right here.
He's right here. He says.
Yeah, on the
Here's,
table,
here's
passed
the
out.
problem with the
I'm
demo
not.
rig.
I'm awake. I'm just tired.
Here's the problem with my demo rig is that I can't really hear what's going
Oh,
on.
really?
I'm flying blind in a lot of ways, but
Wow.
I can see the audio meters bouncing
Sure.
around, so I know they're in a safe range. But then I go back and I've been able to watch a few of the videos because my buddy Adam is editing and publishing them, and they sound great. I think really okay. Rewind. Yeah, I'll answer your question instead of like
There you
going
go.
down a rabbit trail. The thing that I've enjoyed about that experience is hearing the way that various different pedal builders play.
Oh, so you're just filming it and they're playing it.
Yeah, I'm not the
Okay.
one playing. They're filming and then they're talking about the product and doing their pitch. you
Yeah.
know? So it's like I get to watch Brian Wampler play. I get
Right.
to watch Rick Matthews play. I get to watch like all these. Get to watch Joel Corte play. I get to watch all these
Yeah.
people come
That's
and like
cool.
do their like noodly jam. That's like, oh, here's the thing that I do. And some of it is really like some of it's really unique, and some of it's like really out there, and some of
Right.
it's like very tight and professional. It's like why are you building stuff? Why aren't you like playing in bands?
Let me see how I want to phrase this. Is there a correlation between like the playing style and the style of the pedals?
People
generally?
who play good make bad pedals, and people who play bad make good pedals. Is that what you want, Aaron?
No, I'm saying like,
No, like
in terms of like
stylistically.
yeah. So like,
Like,
the people
does
who
somebody
you
who
said
makes
some
all
people are
these
like
reverb
out there
pedals-
playing. Do they have out there pedals too?
Or like if
Or
someone
is it-
makes
does
a bunch
it-
of
is there
reverb
not a
pedals,
correlation?
Are they playing like kind of ambient?
I mean, generally, I'm going to say that people who make kind of like mid to light gain overdrives,
Like bluesy riffs.
they bring the chops.
yeah.
And then people who are like into the fuzzes and the bleepy bloopy reverbs and delays and stuff like that,
Language, please.
they get more wild. There was one guy who was playing so wild today. I was like, I can't just stand here and film this, and I just started racking the zoom on the lens,
Oh,
like,
really?
back and forth as fast as I could, because like this is crazy the way he's
Yeah.
playing right now. And I told him that I did it, and he's like, "Yes, that's awesome, thank you."
Oh my gosh.
Was it Zach Wild?
Steve is in trouble right now.
I'm just tired, man. It's 1 a.m.
You hit the wall.
I
1
think Steve
a.m.,
took
dude?
heroin in the bathroom.
When have you been falling asleep? Haven't we all been going to bed at like 2 a.m.?
Heroin
Like
does
3
make you
last
tired,
night.
doesn't
We
it?
went
You
to
went to
bed.
bed at like 12:30 last night.
True.
But I was on 4 hours of sleep from the night before.
Heroin what?
I know. That's where I'm at right now.
I said, yeah, heroin traditionally does make you tired, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it? Do they consider it tired or just kind of like
No,
euphoric?
it doesn't. It's like a huge stimulant.
No, it's not.
Heroin is not a stimulant.
People on heroin are nodding off.
Yeah.
Cole, I
guess so.
can understand like having to explain booze to you, but like
Like none of us have done heroin, right?
I've never done heroin, but I understand like the way people act after they
I'm
do
thinking
heroin.
of like crack, I guess.
yeah, I
Crack
think
is
so.
not heroin. Crack is
Yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Like heroin is opium, and what do you think
Guys,
of when
I'm
people
sorry
do opium?
that I don't understand hard drugs.
It's an
that
opiate.
well.
It's not hard. It's easy
An
to understand
opioid.
drugs, Cole.
All right, guys, let's back this up. Anybody win anything from any raffles so far now?
I'm not a gambling man, so I
Aaron
don't take
is
tickets.
glad you asked.
I've won a ton of crap everywhere I've gone.
There aren't even contests going on, and people are just like, "You win!" and throw you stuff.
Did I win anything at the pizza lunch yesterday?
You
Yes.
won
The
pizza.
Tone Mom pizza lunch?
Oh, thanks
What
for-
did I win?
No, you didn't.
No,
Thanks
I didn't.
For,
You
thanks
won,
for bringing
right?
me
A
pizza,
t-shirt?
guys.
No, I
Did
won.
Oh,
win
yeah.
some-
Did you win something?
You,
Pancakes
you guys
today?
saved my
Ryan
life.
has been stuck in the booth, so we've been bringing him food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I specifically brought him pizza.
We've actually been
I
taking
brought
out
him
notes to
In-N-Out.
give to his wife too, because he's been
I brought him some
pretty
breakfast
trapped.
burritos.
Well, I brought him
I
joy.
heard you brought him one breakfast burrito, and it was
it was so
one.
small.
Dude,
That was the
what she
literal
said.
smallest burrito I've ever had in my life. Like
That's
I
what
don't,
she said.
I don't think.
Yeah,
you-
Phil, it's so small.
No, but it
Phil.
came from McDonald's. I can't believe that they served that.
first of all,
You
you're a
can't-
big fat jerk because I said, "Do you want another one?" And you said, "No."
I didn't want to take your little food from you.
I brought it for you.
You looked a little hungry.
Did you think he was gonna eat?
I
brought-
brought
but-
3 breakfast burritos in my bag. I was like,
I was
why
thankful-
would you just want one?
I was thankful, but I had breakfast. I didn't have lunch ready for myself, so I had already eaten breakfast.
But it was like noon.
Was it?
Yeah.
noon?
Yeah,
I
it was
can't
lunchtime.
remember. I can't remember my state of mind. I'm sorry.
Clearly.
I'm sorry I insulted you. I know burritos
So,
are currency
Aaron,
from your time.
You didn't win anything at the
No,
pizza
so last
lunch.
night
That was the first chance
last
to win
night was the
something.
Gabriel Tenorio String Company's annual taco party, Guitars and Tacos, sponsored by a ton of brands that did giveaways, and we bought raffle tickets. There was great tacos, there was great music, there were great people there, and I won 3 prizes.
Oh my gosh!
The first one was a Saul Cole T-shirt.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It says Cole on it.
Yeah, he's got a
K-O-L-L.
cool logo too.
Yeah,
it's classy.
It's like his name
Yeah, it says his name.
in script.
Yeah.
Steve is.
I just took a picture.
I
I'm
just
going
woke
to
him
post
up.
it on
Sorry.
Instagram.
Also, I won the Binford 6100 from Pelican Noise Works,
Nice.
which is a crazy pedal that has like a. Does it have in it? It's like a
I mean,
delay.
the
and
way to
crazy.
describe it
really
is that
weird.
it's like the worst multi-effects pedal.
Yeah,
Like the 3. There's no reason that those 3 effects would live in the same
yeah,
pedal.
it's insane, but it's cool. And then I also won a pedal board and some other stuff from some other guy. No, from Creation and Fox Pedal.
You can say.
And then what else did I win? That's it.
Yeah.
Just 3 things. No big deal. This morning I won a T-shirt from B.A. Ferguson, and I gave it to Phil. And he's so angry about it that he's like mocking me with his.
I'm not angry that you
Look.
gave me a T-shirt.
He's just
Okay.
angry.
He's angry.
Expand.
Well, would you like to tell us why you're angry? Because you're clearly like livid right now.
Ow, Phil. You're beating me.
You sold that bit. That was good.
Why were you angry?
I'm not angry. You won all the things.
Are you
I won
jealous?
nothing.
Bully for you.
Are you
Aaron.
bitter?
No.
He
I-
time traveled
I'm
and didn't
so
win
happy.
anything.
I'm so happy for you, Aaron.
Do you know the best way to make someone angry is to ask them why they're angry,
Why
or
are you
tell
angry?
them that they're being too angry.
Calm down, Phil.
Why don't you smile? You're pretty when you smile.
Yeah, you're so pretty when you smile.
Okay.
You're not that pretty when you smile.
You know what's really cool though,
I want a T-shirt.
and this is partially thanks to
You're wearing a shirt.
Steve
I
Rao.
know. The rich get
Hi.
richer.
But we've been
get
staying
Richard.
in a house with a bunch of guys, including all the
Yeah, dude.
Sinusoid dudes.
You guys have wrecked this place.
Tim Ballon and Luke Mundy were here, but also Matthew Hoops was with us from 1981 Inventions, and I finally got to play the DRV the other day. Have you played it?
Yeah, I played Steve's.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
It's a great, like, high gain, like, ratty, but not rat. It's like a rat that's not a rat.
Yeah, it is like a rat that's
But
not
it is
a rat.
very much a rat.
It's not a rat.
Yeah.
But it is a rat. It's not.
He says it's not a rat. Oh, you
More
got
in and out?
It is a rat.
But
he
it's
says
not
now.
like a rat.
He says it's not a rat. Then
But
he
it's
says
like
it
a
is a
rat.
rat. Matt Hoops and Andy
It's
Kim
more
just
s-
walked in with a ton of in and out. And
You
Clint Duke.
guys
Does
are
it? Does it use? It uses an LM308
It's
though.
the spirit of the rat.
It doesn't. Okay.
It doesn't, bro. Give this guy
Okay.
a mic.
It stimulates a rat.
Matt Hoops.
Hello, guy.
This is Matt
Got some
Hoops.
French fries in my mouth.
Eating on mic.
It's fine. It's a gear slum.
Why
now.
did you
Matt's
give
the only one that can get away with that.
Steve is asleep. Take his mic.
Yes.
He's praying.
Let me tell you guys about the LM308. I love the LM308. I measured some of my favorite LM308s and tried to recreate what was happening in some of my favorite LM308s via filtering. So now
And you did that by stimulating a rat.
I use the TL072 now. No actual rats were stimulated.
You have a virtual rat stimulator?
I-
Try to stimulate it.
I do love rats. I have done all the rat mods. I don't think that I've done any of the common rat mods in my pedal.
What do you guys? What do you think of
fancy.
keeping rats as pets?
I'm not for it.
You're not for it.
No.
What about food?
That's a strong,
myself.
That's a strong stance to
Keeping
take.
them for food.
Treating them
That's
to
just
eat
weird.
eventually.
Yeah, that's weird.
Phil's,
We have In-N-Out right here.
Phil's
for-
Yeah, we
parents
do.
are time travelers. We've discovered they probably lived in a time at some point where people ate rats. What was that like, Phil?
I wasn't there.
People still
Oh,
eat rats now, just
interesting.
not in America.
Did they-
If
did
you
they-
could look
was it
outside
like
of
a-
your own myopic
Was it like
view
a
of the
date
world?
where they left you in a different time and they just like went like
Your parents left you to go on a date
in a different time?
at a different time.
Or was it before? Wait. Was it before you were born or after you were born or both?
Because we're talking about